Hello, hello. A little shadowy here today. How are you doing today? It's Kathy Hampton from Wellside Retreats, Wellness and Healing Practices, many practices, right? Not just journaling, but many practices. But journaling is what we're here to focus on right now, today, on this seventh day of January. It's already moving. Yes, time is moving and flowing, and we are moving and flowing just as it is. I'm so happy to be here today with you. Hi, Sabani. Good to see you here today. We meet in community, and Sabani is one of the community members here. So glad to see you. Greetings to you and all the sister journalers. Yes, or journaling sisters. Good to see you here. Um, if you are just seeing this channel for the first time, welcome. We focus on journaling as a tool for wellness and healing, and we also, um, you know, think about how it is a beneficial practice because when you journal, you're able to download what's on your heart, mind, your body, your spirit, and actually focus in on yourself in a free flow mode. And that could be a stream of consciousness or subconsciousness, actually, that comes up through your writing. And that's always a good thing. And it doesn't matter what comes up about you, that is your business. And whatever comes up, what emotions may come up, what facts, what dreams, what comes up is for you um, to consider potentially, or it can just come up and you can let it be. You don't have to manage it or fix it or anything, but it will help you in being aware of yourself in the moment. And in our talk today, our reflection, my reflection, it will be, but you can reflect also. And I will be talking about awareness. So, if this is the first time you've seen Journal with Me and spend time with, I hope you spend time with our community of sister journalers, journaling sisters who are all around the globe. Um, if this is something you like, please do me a favor and give me a thumbs up on YouTube, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you're made aware of when a new video is uploaded. And we meet here at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whatever that time is, Eastern Standard Time is 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whatever time that is in your neck of the woods, um, I appreciate you taking time for yourself to get to experience if you have not experienced journaling. And it's really something that really, um, really has helped me over the years through my life experience. And I believe that it helps many people. There's anecdotal information on journaling by psychologists, therapists, psychoanalysts. Um, and, and it's anecdotal because there hasn't been a measurement taken of, the effects of journaling. But anecdotally, meaning just kind of off the cuff from responses people have given and how it is prescribed, it is a practice that is worth um, our attention as a wellness and healing practice. So, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell if you would so like to do so. I hope that you will. And come and join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's get into it. Let's start off with checking in with ourselves. Checking in means just taking the pulse, so to speak, of um, of how you are doing now. If someone were to ask you, and you would be truthful and honest and say, if they were to ask you, how are you doing right now? What would you say? What would you write down in your journal if you were in a group? Let's say you're in a group setting at a retreat, let's say. Let's say we're in a group setting and the question is asked, so Betty, how are you doing? Tell us honestly, how are you doing right now? What comes up for you? We're just checking in. Welcome to the retreat. Welcome to this circle. Welcome to journaling with me. How are you doing right now? How are you doing right now? Now, there are many words to describe, there are many emotions. And I actually looked for a tool that I used once before. It's an interactive emotions and mood tool. And I'm going to find that and drop it in the description as soon as I do every Tuesday and Thursday, because it's actually fun and it's interactive and it's pretty to look at, but it is a a tool that helps you decide what emotion or mood you're in, because there's so many words to describe emotions, right? I was just reading a book in cafe, and one of the questions that this particular psychologist asked or was asked, what is the difference between happy and content? I don't know the answer right off the top of my head, but I thought that was really a good question, because some people believe happiness is kind of like out of a range of feelings that they can have. So they never say, I'm happy, or they downplay it by maybe using content. So is happiness more of a uh, euphoric emotion or mood that no one can attain? Or do you have to just settle with content? And is content being second, is that second rated? Should it be I'm content first and maybe happy afterwards? How are you doing? And I don't want to put a lot of thought into it right now, but I just think that it's really important for us to at least know, at least be aware of how we're doing in the present mode. Okay. So take time to, in the morning, check on yourself, right? After breakfast, check on yourself. How you doing right then? You can go through the day, maybe checking in, right? These are daily practices for clarity and awareness of you. And um, yeah, it's a good thing to know. Now the next thing, really the next thing, is then checking in and saying, why am I feeling this way? Why am I a little PO'd, right? Why am I a little PO'd? Why am I irritated? I don't know. Something's really bugging me. I have a bee in my bonnet and I don't know why. Think about what could be setting you off, or what could be making you feel all warm and fuzzy, toasty, comfy, you know, sunshiny, right? What is it that is making you feel this way? The reasoning behind the emotion. Hello, Dr. Donna. Good day to you. Great to see you here in this space. We share a couple spaces, and I appreciate you so much for being here. Good grand rising to you. Grand rising to you. Glad to see you here in my peace. Hola, beautiful people. Hola. And grand rising from Kim S. Good to have you, Kim. Great to be here with you all. So after we've checked in, let's settle it down. We might be too happy or not comfortable. So we need to spend a moment after checking in. Excuse me, I'm organizing here so that I can move over. So we need to calm ourselves down, and our vagus nervous system needs to be cleansed, so to speak. So we take cleansing breaths, right? And our vagus nervous system actually travels all the way down to our feet. So let's do something different. We normally just take cleansing breaths, right? But we'll do that, but let's do something else. If you're seated or laying down, even if you're standing, some people stand and meditate. So right, you can do it wherever you choose, as long as you're not driving or operating on someone. That's not funny, but yeah, you want to be in a place that's quiet and you can focus on yourself, right? Not the traffic and not another person, right? So let's see here. Sabani says, feeling relieved. That's good. Relieved. Received back a good medical report. All right. I'm clapping, raising my hands. Yes. Relieved of a good medical report. We have something in common today, Sabani. Hallelujah. That is wonderful. Now, that is something to make you want to do a happy dance about, right? Your health, right? That's awesome. That is so good. Congratulations to you. So, yes, so you're feeling relieved because you received a good medical report. There you go. The feeling is relief, like a weight has been lifted or shrugged off, right? Like you're like, whew, right? It's all gone. Shake it off. It's not holding you down, having you concerned and thought, right? The thought of the possibilities of, but now you are relieved that weight is gone because you got the reason for that feeling is a good medical report, right? Checking in, you know why you're feeling the way you're feeling, and whew, awesome, awesome, awesome. I actually had the same experience, but I'm not going. Something happened to me today, and I'll tell you about it afterwards. Sabbatical life with Dr. Crystal. Great, great, great to see you, Dr. Crystal. Yes, Sabani. Yes, it is awesome, and I think it is it's when you get that relief from whatever, that puts a little, question mark. You don't have an answer, but there's a question mark in your mind, right? There's a question mark as to a test or a report, or especially about your body and your health. And we'll talk about that also, because that has to do with awareness, the discussion today. Reflection. I already know what I want to reflect on and write on. Um, but some other stuff might come up in my subconscious because I've been up for a while. I've been up. I've been up to get ready for an appointment, and so I sat with question marks um, in my mind. So thank you for sharing that, Sabani, and we are all glad and happy about it. Your news. Dr. Crystal, you're back and happy to catch us live. I'm happy to have you here. You're back in Atlanta for a few weeks and you just bought a brand new journal. Hallelujah. Congratulations. I'm glad that you're back safely and you are ready to continue your journaling practice. I appreciate you for stopping in with us and being part of this group of sister journalers today. Thank you for coming. And so let's get back to our how we've checked in. We've now moving to kind of settling in. I'm gonna drink some water. And it's a reason why I'm going to drink water. Besides, I need to drink water. We all need to drink water. So it's all good. Um, yeah, so let's close our eyes. Let's close your eyes or lower your gaze. Get in a seated position that's comfortable for you. Um, Ideally, we want to sit comfortably with our spine, uplifted, or instead of rounded. Our our spine is naturally a little curved, right? But we want to lift our chest up, open that heart, at the same time keeping the head straight up, not hunching over, correcting any posture you might have. You want to know that you are not bending over your heart. I learned something very interesting for women today about the heart, and I'll share this with you. But we want to be as straight as we can, sitting upward. Okay. And so that the air can flow in and out naturally. We won't be taking any deep breaths today. But what we will do is we're going to be kind of checking in, but also becoming aware of our body, scanning our body from our toes. Let's crunch the toes a little bit, just kind of tighten them. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Release the toes. Actually feels really good when you release the toes, right? Become aware of how that feels for you. And don't do anything that isn't comfortable to you. All right. Now, if you can, move up your attention to your ankles. How are they feeling today? Let's inhale just almost naturally, but a little more, just an inhale and exhale. Noticing our calves, right? Is there any tension? Sometimes if we haven't had enough water, our calves may feel a little tight, right? If you're standing, you may feel it. You bend your knees, right? How are those knees doing today, right? You bend those knees and you come up on those heels and rock your feet back and forward. Sometimes you In your ankles, you may feel a little soreness, but how are you? How is your body doing? How are those knees doing today? Okay, taking your hands, if you're able, and kind of rubbing the top of the kneecaps, right? Do some figure eights on those with your hands if you can, you know. How are the knees feeling today? Inhaling slightly and exhaling. And rubbing the knees, massaging the knees. Resting your hands on your thighs. How are your thighs doing? Spending a moment here. Let's move up to our stomach, our abdomen, right? Closer to the solar plexus. How is it doing? Our core, right? There's so much going on here, especially around the hips and the abdomen. It's a hard word for me for some reason. Abdomen, abdominal area, into the hips and then the stomach where the diaphragm and where we tend to discern, but also part of our breathing apparatus is also complicated. How's the stomach, the abdomen, the diaphragm feeling today? Moving our way up through the esophagus, right? In the center, almost here, the chest, it takes air and all kinds of stuff in, and it's amazing the body's connection to one thing and the other. How's that doing? And then our décolleté, this very sensitive area that we spend hardly any time on, but is ignored. How's it doing today? Protected area, right? Most vulnerable area of the body, one of, but it's one that we don't really take care to soothe or rub or touch, right? Inhaling and exhaling, breathing through that. How's that doing? Are you aware of any of that part of your body? Right. Moving to our shoulders, right? Rubbing the shoulders, spending some time there, and then sweeping our hands across one arm and then the next. How are your arms doing? Can you raise them up? Can you stretch and open the heart? Can you open up wide? Breathe in, breathe out. You cross your arms in front of you. Spending some time here, kind of hugging yourself. Inhaling, exhaling, breathing. Put your hands behind that those sore muscles behind your neck, your shoulder blades, or upper shoulders, up into the neck. How's that neck doing? Up into the occipital ridge. It's where the bony part of that beautiful skull is. It protects that brain, but has these muscles that kind of hold up the head, and they work overtime and usually are quite sensitive to touch. And if you have a good massage, that massage therapist will put their hands there and you will be in heaven. Breathing in. And watch your ears. Pulling on your ears. How's your ears feeling? Very sensitive part of the body that is actually a very erotic zone for some of us, but also connected to other nerve areas within the body. They're sensitive. Treat them kindly. And then placing the hands on top of the head. If you can, pull maybe a little bit your hair and release. Pull, release. Or massage the scalp. Just some gentle movements through the head. Placing your hands on the front of your face. Kind of patting the face. Maybe rubbing the forehead where we tend to frown and have these thought marks, right? We're not calling them wrinkles today. It's from deep thought, wisdom, pondering, sometimes a little angry, disappointment. We frown to our cheeks and the jaw, where we spend lots of time in pain, clutching the jaw, opening the mouth just slightly, maybe smiling a little bit, showing a bit of those teeth. Gently. Okay. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. Placing your hands on top of your knees. One hand on your chest, one on your stomach. Let's take one deep inhaling breath in through the mouth, in through the nose, excuse me. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Sighing or singing or soothing voice. Maybe this is a good time to set your intention. For today's practice. Slowly, gently opening the eyes, fluttering the eyes, raising your head or your eyes, your gaze, looking around the room. Okay. Hmm. Should be relaxed. And now opening yourself up to yourself to spend some time in free flow, journaling. Okay. And we'll spend 15 minutes journaling. Hello, Nicole LaShawn. Glad to see you here. As we get our writing material ready, um, that means a pen, paper, journal. If you choose to continue meditation, please do so. We'll spend the same 15 minutes together in your practice of choice. Mine is preferably journaling, but if you'd like to split it up, journal, meditation, prayer, chanting, that is all up to you. We're going to be starting with Ambu Sangbo. I haven't changed it yet. You'll hear two chimes, and then you'll hear one bell, the Sakya bell, at the end of the 15 minutes. I wish you a good practice of journaling, meditation, prayer, chanting, right? Stretching, if that is the case, yoga. All right, 15 minutes. Okay, so that was the bell. I hope you heard that. Our 15 minutes is up. And as usual, continue if you need to. Stay in prayer, meditation. If you want to continue journaling, that's fine. We will be here, and you can put me on mute. We'll be here in the background. So I hope that you were able to really spend time doing whatever practice you're doing and um, met your intentions, aligned with your intentions for today's practice. As each day keeps coming and going, and we keep coming and going, um, coming to the day, going out of that day. It seems like time passes us, and what I realized today, and in my reflection of what I wrote, really has to do with um, my feeling of, um, I guess, of wonder, but also of, and I'm going to share with Sabani, who was relieved to get a good health report. Um, it wasn't that I had a, didn't have, I did have a question in mind, and that was about what some of you have even witnessed, me coughing or having a horrible cough and not being able to speak because of chronic sinusitis. But thought I had it all together with some of the medications I've been given, and I thought I was allergic to Portugal, which I still could be. Have allergies to some of the things that are here, but what I found out by going to um, being recommended a young general practitioner to yesterday. Yesterday I had an appointment, and was that I could have allergies to the environment. It's new. I have to get my body and everything else has to get adjusted to it. And the medications that I had from the last time I was here with the same symptoms um, uh, were changed. But also, I was provided a supplement that a friend gave me that seemed to really knock out the problem. And that was an excessive amount of, please excuse me, but I'm going to say mucus, was dripping into my throat. And it was so much that it was basically, you know, causing me to cough. It was kind of strangling me. I would feel like a tickle. You know how you get a tickle in your throat? And once that tickle kept on tickling, it was like more and more would fall into my throat. And I was coughing. And in order to get some relief, a lot of times I had to just blow my nose. But it would take a while, kind of like to reset. So between lots of cough drops, drinking lots of water, I, I taking the nasal spray and doing what I was supposed to do, I was not finding relief until I was given this supplement that has natural essential oils in it, that it's ingestible in a capsule, and evidently this supplement, um, and I won't share it because I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to prescribe anything, but I can't share it online. I may have to do that in person. I don't know why I don't feel comfortable doing that, but it worked. But it may not work for everyone, and it actually may have worked immediately. And so it tended to dry my sinuses up, the mucus up, and it wasn't overly drying where I would have problems with you know the nasal cavities being irritated. It was fine. And after that, I went to the doctor, and she re-prescribed medication. I told her what I had, and I said that it didn't work effectively. So she gave me something else, and that is working. And I think it has a prebiotic or a probiotic in it, which actually kind of flushes your system out along with drying the sinuses out. It is amazing. So while there, I asked when I could schedule a physical. She said, "Oh, we can do this right now." So she started with the physical. Um, I came to find out that since I've been in Portugal, I've lost 10 pounds. So that made me feel really good. So, so relief, Sabani. Relief. I was thinking I was gaining weight because I've been eating, but I've been exercising too. I've been more active than I have been in a while. And so I've lost 10 pounds. I've actually started going to the gym. And then the other thing today, because it's the physical takes there are different parts to the physical. So they asked me if I could come in and get EKG and a sonogram of my heart. And then the other part is a nutritionist is part of the physical. I'm like, okay. And then the next part is, of course, all the blood tests. And it's like a serious like line that they'll be drawing blood forever to get some of these done. Plus taking urine and everything. And some of these things have not been done in the U.S. for my physicals. And I always thought, am I being cheated? Because I don't remember physical being so short um, by my physicians in the U.S. And I'm not trying to, you know, U.S. versus Portugal physicals, but there's some pieces that are missing. So today was they actually got me in immediately to see to get the cardio, not cardio, the EKG and heart. Um, uh, um, it was a electro, what is it called, Kathy? Sonogram of the heart. I'd never had that done. I've only had a sonogram, I believe, for when I had children and to see whether or not I had fibroids. And I think that was it. Maybe I had a sonic, I don't, yeah, but I never had one for my heart. It was the most interesting experience I've had in a long time. And so what happened was, um, and I didn't realize this, I had to lay on my left side and place my right arm at the side of my leg, and then I had to put my hand behind rest my head on my hand or my arm, so that the breast is not covering up the heart. So that's what done, and she was able to. So the heart was then exposed to the equipment to take all the pictures, as well as to hear my heart. And I had never heard my heartbeat. I heard my children's when they were in utero, but never heard my heartbeat. And that took about a half hour for her to do that, the heart, and then the esophagus. I had to breathe a certain way, hold the breath, and then can just breathe naturally. So I guess she could hear the fluids or whatever thing was going, or the air in and out for my esophagus. And she told me at the end of the exam, everything is good. Everything is good. Your heart will live till after you are 100 years. now, now tell me if that is not a good response you want to hear. And talking about how relieved you are thinking that, oh, I'm out of breath because I can't go up this hill. What's my heart doing? Is it failing? I was so pleased with her. And she made me laugh, and she started laughing. She says, good heart, good heart. And evidently my mother gets that same response from her doctors. Now she said, I'm going to bless my mother's heart. I'm going to bless my mother's heart. Bless her, because she's had other issues, but her heart is not one of them. and, and they tell her, oh, you have a good heart. Your heart sounds so good. It's really good. She gets tested all the time for her heart. Now, her brothers, I should tell them my family history. But anyhow, my heart is good. My heart is good. I'm happy for it. And then took me over, or I went across the hall and got the EKG, which is only took a minute. And they say you have no blockages. It was a minute and a half. It's almost like putting up these sensors to a car battery, put them on my ankles, on my wrists. Where else did they put? Oh, on my side. I felt like I was a car. And then sprayed what I thought was like, it was this cold spray or whatever, and then they pushed the button for the machine and told me to relax, and then poof, she says, you have no blockages, everything is working fine, you have no everything is flowing the way it's supposed to flow into your heart, out of your heart. All the ventricles were the valves and everything were tested. I could hear everything. Some sounded lower, like a lower beat, than some were a higher beat, but everything was beating. There was no what do you call it when you have a gap in the beat of the heart. I'm talking about relief, Sabani. Come on, let's do happy dances. And that's just the beginning of the physical. Now still have to wait for all the other stuff, like blood pressure. In fact, I have to monitor my blood pressure, and luckily I have my cuff, I believe I brought from the States. Blood pressure, and of course high cholesterol. That's kind of but with exercise and diet, nutrition, right? We go to a nutritionist. Um, I will be fine. So I put my glasses on so I could see the comments. So we're happy dancing, and this is all a part of awareness. When you are aware, right, and gain clarity on what's going on within you. That's why I focused today on the body, as far as us scanning the body. It is so relieving, and that weight that Sabani had and I had today about my body being relieved of question, right? So important. And that's why it's so good to get aware, right? If you have a question, being introspective, get clear. Get clear on you, how things are affecting your body, your mind, and your spirit. Don't stay stuck. And I had just kind of just like, not said anything, like this stuff isn't working that you're giving me, but I'll be okay. I'll get a neti pot, maybe maybe I need to change my diet, but what do I change it to? And and how much what kinds of exercise do I need in order to lose weight? Get some clarity. And sometimes you do get stuck in these places where you're like, I don't feel like doing that anymore. I don't feel like going to the doctor, scheduling an appointment, telling the doctor how you're feeling, and then them just saying, oh, here's a prescription for this and that, the other, without any answers, not they listen to my heart. How's my heart? Oh, you're fine. It sounds fine. You're all right. They stopped talking to people about nutrition, and they stopped telling people, you shouldn't smoke. Or I remember at one time they were telling people, you really, if you don't smoke, this will happen to my mom, making making my mom the the avatar today. If you don't stop smoking, you're at risk for lung cancer and stroke. Unfortunately, she did have a stroke, but it was some time after her stopping. But my mother stopped smoking after that warning in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and can't stand to smell cigarette smoke anymore. But when you have the information, it's not always about the self help, right? Because we can self help ourselves, but we need resources. We need resources that we can count on to tell us. And I remember um, the doctor that I did have in a practice some time ago, who actually told me about my chronic sinusitis, only because I asked him if I could get my head scanned to see if I was having a stroke or if I was having problems, because I had so much impacted. My sinus were so impacted that it caused it felt like I was numb on my left side, my face, and I thought I was having stroke. I was going through a lot. But then he did the work, and he said, "I'm glad that you told me you wanted that. Ask for what you want," he said. Ask for ask for this. This is before healthcare issues started, right? And insurance starts, stop being so welcoming to the people who are paying them. We don't want to get on this subject, Kathy. Just keep it rolling. But anyhow, ask for what you want. I asked for a physical when I went to see about sinusitis. My sinusitis yesterday, on Monday, the Monday after the whole holiday weekend. I got an appointment. I called for an appointment with a particular doctor. I got the appointment. And then I asked if I could schedule a full physical. Sure. She says, um, when can I get that done, do you think? She says, we can start right now. Ask. First, become aware, seek clarity, and then be grateful that you can feel relief, happiness, or contentment at the results. Oh, so yes, it was. Yes. So in the comments, we got a lot of comments today about all of this. And Sabani, thank you for see what you stirred up, Sabani. Yes. Yes. I appreciate you. Um yeah, good to know. Dr. Chris, I'm planning to have some medical and dental work done while in Panama this spring. Good. Good. It's interesting how, when you open yourself up to new experiences, like, I mean, who Dr. Crystal's going to Panama and getting medical and dental done. Isn't that amazing? And you know, somebody might say, "Are you serious? You're going to another place, another outside of the country to get this important work done?" Well, yeah, if you open yourself up to newness, what you can experience may blow you away and be so beneficial to you. I didn't think that I would be blown away today. You know, it let's say it wasn't such pleasant news, but at least I opened myself up to having something done in a different space with different practices and in a different cultural environment. And if the bad news had been, I mean, if it had been bad news or not so good news, at least I would have been aware, gained clarity, and could take care of it and keep it moving. Keep it moving. The whole process in change, transformative change, is to continue, keep it moving. Small step, taking small steps for your health, right? Your body, your mind, your spirit. That's what it's all about. That's what that's what this is all about. And learning from one another. Thank you, Sabani, for telling us how you were feeling and why you were feeling that way. And if you told yourself that, if we can tell ourselves that, you, me, and anyone else can tell themselves how they're feeling by sitting still, telling themselves the truth, and then expressing it to yourself, but then expressing it to someone who can help you along the way. That's what you do in community. And that's what you should be able to do with the professionals in our communities to be able to serve you well. Okay? I'm kind of preaching now. You got me all hot and bothered now. But it is so true. It is so true. Yes, Butterfly Love. It's a great report. Absolutely. The ticker will keep on ticking for a good long time. Absolutely. Go go get that good report, y'all. Go and get it. Go get the good report. Sabbatical life. Okay, factual information here. The average treatment cost is 60% lower even without health insurance, and they will help you file a claim to your U.S. medical insurance. All right, T. Now, did she put the period at the end of that? Whoa. The average cost is 60% lower even without health insurance, and they will help you file a claim to your U.S. medical insurance. Well, Panama, no wonder you shining over there. You're shining over there. Yes, absolutely. Why not? Why not? Now, I had some co-pays to pay, but I'm gonna tell you, I was happy to pay them because, and I'll tell you what they were. $18 yesterday, right? For my, and then today 30, not dollars, euros, and today 33 for those two tests. And I pay. I'll just share. My health insurance is 100 and where's my book? I think it's 150, 156 euro, as opposed to what now would have been 700 US dollars per month. And that is as an independent contractor, okay, that I was paying for the last 5 years, because I'm on my own, right? Family plans are, different costs. I don't know what people are paying, and yeah, so yeah, it's all good. It's all good. And Dr. Crystal says she's going to keep us posted. Also, some of their medical doctors and dentists are trained in the U.S. If that's a plus, okay, all right, I'll take it. I'll take it. Um, and I have access to private care right now, and when I receive my residency, I'll have a choice. I can go to one or the other, public or or private. I have both of those systems available to me. Okay, and the public, I believe, is less expensive, and that's the name of the game. But let's get back to it for our purposes. Um, and I put in the hashtags to today's session: awareness, clarity, and I think that was the only three. I can't remember, but yeah, it's very important for us to find become aware of what is on our mind, what is in our heart, how our body is feeling, the inside and the outside of the body. Um, and I at one point thought my skin was dry. I was told that it is not. My it's not oily either. It's that medium zone, right? And so I was buying cosmetics that were for dry skin. It's a difference between dry and sensitive. And I know that I do have some sensitivity to some things, but it's not a dryness or sensitivity issue, especially on my face. I I need to drink more water to hydrate myself, right? And I believe we suffer from that, not drinking enough water, because our body needs it. We deplete it all day long, and we don't replenish it. Now, if you are someone who knows their body type, or their skin type, which is the skin is the largest organ of our bodies. It covers us inside and out. Um, then that's good. That's good. You're already there. But for some of us, we don't know, or things adjust, and things that we take, things that we eat, affect us, affect our bodies. So it's really important to become aware of all parts of yourself. And if you have questions, gain clarity. And then if you have a treatment or a test done, and you get the results, no matter what the results are, you at least know, you have the knowledge to move on. And that is with our mental health, our emotional health, our behavioral health, because we haven't even touched upon behavioral health. We have, yeah, maybe I won't even start because I can go off on a tangent, as you all know, and we don't have time. But at the age of 50 and over, many women are finding out all kinds of things about themselves behaviorally. Yeah, how they behave, their behavior that has may have affected them for a long, long time, and they're just finding out. So, um, if you get still, get quiet, and it may come to you. I tell you, I get the whispers all the time. As my cousin tells me, the whispers. She says, "You get them too?" She said, "That means that we're closer to the universe. We're closer to the spirit. We're closer to God. Get still. Get still." and you shall know what's going on with you, all of you. And also have a spirit of gratitude, no matter what, no matter what. Because if you are still able to dream, you're still able to um, get out of your bed, as someone said, without that two step, how you got to put your feet on the floor, then get yourself up, and then you got to take one step and then two. And then if you can do that, you are in great shape. Right? There's hope for you. But keep it stepping. Keep it moving. Keep wondering and being curious about you and what there is for you out there in Panama, over here in Europe, what is not for you in Portugal or Panama. Be knowledgeable about it all, right? Get in touch with it. Do your research. We are some smart, wise people. But if we sit and clutch our pearls, or if we're pearl-less, clutching our hands, then you won't know. If you're not willing to be honest and true to yourself, then things will not happen. It's all about taking action and movement. It's not about grinding. No, that's not grinding. That's caring. That's loving. Where is the love? Hmm. I believe Roberta Flack sang that. Where is the love you said you'd give to me? Give it to yourself, girl. Give it to you. We give love to everybody else. Give it to you. Where is the love of self care and awareness, clarity to know you? All right. All right. Stillness. You got to be still in order to hear it. And those whispers come from the gut. It's discernment. It is listening to you, the God in you, right? There's another song, right? The hearing for yourself. So, and it could come up in those pages that you have been writing in that meditation that you've been sitting for, that prayer, the response, the call and response, that conversation, right? That you have, right? And through that exercising of chanting, right? That practice of chanting, that vibrations, right? The Om, right? Yeah, there's all kinds of chanting. Different faiths have it. I'm not talking about religion. No, I'm not talking about the dogma. I'm talking about the practices, the natural practices that we have heard from ancestors, the natural parts of us, right? So I look forward to seeing you again on Thursday, right? We've been here for a minute, y'all. We've been here for a minute. I'll be looking forward to seeing you on Thursday. You'll be hearing from me soon. And I look forward to seeing you at our next salon, the end of this month or close to the end of the month, and then with the workshop. And you'll be hearing from me. I'm tidying up some drafts, so you'll be hearing. And you'll see that I've posted in my Substack account. All of that's in the description box. I also am drinking coffee. So if you'd like to buy me one, please do so. Do so. All of that's in the description on YouTube. I appreciate you so much. So have a great day. Congratulations once again, Sabani. Thanks for leading us into this discussion. I appreciate you so much. And anyone who'd like to share comments, please do so, especially those coming in on the replay. Leave a comment. Tell us how you're doing. Tell us some good stories, or tell us some stories about you and how you are doing and how you are finding your wellness and healing practices, the benefits of being aware, gaining clarity, and practicing, and then loving yourself. What happens when you love yourself? I can't wait to hear it. So, have a great day, and I'll see you on Thursday. It's been wonderful um, here to be with you in this space, and I'm sending much love to you. Have a great day. Bye.